All right, let's dive into Meghmani Organics Limited. Their Q3 FY25 performance, we're going to break it down. From filings and press releases to what investors are asking.
More than numbers, though. It's about strategy.
Right, MOL is a big player in the Indian chemical industry.
Okay.
Crop protection to pigments, over 75 countries.
Huge reach. And they're seeing a real turnaround. Their Q3 revenue jumped 62% year over year. They went from a loss last year to a profit of 30.2 crore.
That's dramatic. What's driving it?
Well, revamped product mix,
Yep.
higher margin items, and strong volume growth, both their crop protection and pigments segments.
So playing smarter and benefiting from market growth. Let's dig into those segments. Starting with crop protection, 74% of their Q3 revenue from this alone, right?
Exactly. Revenue shot up 72% year over year, reaching over 410.5 crore, and EBITDA, a staggering 1,095% increase, hitting at 61.2 crore.
Wow, those are some serious numbers
Yeah.
connected to the growing global demand for those products.
Absolutely. MOL is well positioned to capitalize, especially with their focus on high-value insecticides. Global demand is high for those.
In the right place, the right time. But what about pigments? The other 26% of revenue. Still significant.
Definitely, and growing, a 40% year-over-year revenue increase, reaching 147.5 crore. EBITDA followed suit with a 479% increase, hitting 5.2 crore.
Impressive growth across the board. Interesting is their position in those copper phthalocyanine-based blue pigments, holding 8% of the global market share.
That's right, they're leading in key areas.
Now, they're not just sticking to what they know, expanding into new areas, like their multi-purpose product plant. Tell us more, and why is it important?
Sure, the MPP plant is for producing high-value insecticides, allows them to increase production, signifies a commitment to adapting, strategically investing in growth.
Diversifying, focusing on high-demand items. Smart move, and their venture into nano-urea. That seems like a big step.
It is. They're entering the liquid fertilizer market. Huge potential. Partnered with IFFCO, a leader in the fertilizer cooperative space, to secure the technology and expertise.
So they're not just diving in, strategically partnering. But how are they navigating the fertilizer market?
Multi-pronged approach. First, the technology agreement with IFFCO. Second, engaging directly with farmers. Extensive field activities to demonstrate the benefits of nanourea.
Building trust, showcasing results.
Exactly. Addressing concerns head-on. Emphasizing how nanourea can reduce reliance on conventional urea, at least 50%, saving farmers money, minimizing environmental impact.
Brings us to their sustainability efforts, which have earned them the EcoVadis Committed badge. What does that badge mean? Why does it matter?
It's a big deal. Indicates MOL's commitment to sustainability across its operations, from environmental performance to labor practices and ethical sourcing. Demonstrates to customers, investors, the public, they're serious about responsible business.
Going above and beyond to integrate sustainability into their business model.
Yeah.
Not just for show, but as a core value.
Precisely. And this ties into their alignment with the UN Sustainable Development Goals, particularly through their work with nanourea.
So they're walking the walk, but it's not all rosy, right? There are challenges like those rising raw material costs.
Right. And they're facing headwinds from Chinese dumping, impacting titanium dioxide prices.
Okay, so how is MOL navigating these financial pressures? What are they doing to manage costs?
Focusing on operational efficiencies, optimizing processes, streamlining operations, finding ways to get more value out of every rupee.
Like a financial fitness plan, getting lean and mean to stay competitive.
Yes, exactly. They're also anticipating improvements in the titanium dioxide market once anti-dumping duties are imposed.
So taking a proactive approach. But let's not forget their impressive EBITDA figures. Suggest their cost management strategies are paying off.
Absolutely. Managing a difficult environment while delivering strong results, it's a balancing act.
So far, it seems like they're doing a pretty good job of it, experiencing incredible growth, expanding strategically, addressing challenges head-on. But there's still a lot more to uncover.
There is. And that's what we'll explore in the next part of our deep dive. We'll delve into those investor questions, examine their future outlook, really get to the heart of what makes MOL tick. We've covered a lot, but eager to dig into those investor questions. Offer a unique perspective.
Absolutely, like a sneak peek into the market's mind. One that caught my eye, volatile commodity prices. How's MOL navigating that?
Well, it's a challenge for any company in chemicals, but MOL's strategic shift towards a higher value product mix is helping. Remember, the high demand insecticides.
Right. They're producing what the market wants, even with higher input costs.
Exactly. It's about being agile, adaptable, not just riding out the waves.
Adaptability extends to their operational expenses, right?
Yeah.
Not just slashing costs, but efficiency.
Precisely. Optimizing their processes, squeezing more value out of every rupee. Disciplined approach, reflected in the EBITDA figures.
Turning potential weaknesses into strengths.
That's a great way to put it, not letting external pressures dictate success.
Another question. MOL's venture into nanourea. Bold move, especially with the complexities of the fertilizer market. Thoughts on their strategy?
It's a fascinating case study in strategic partnerships. Partnering with IFFCO, a major player. Smart move. Gives MOL access to established expertise, distribution networks, mitigates some of the risks of a new market.
Leveraging IFFCO's experience. But it's not just the technology, they're also engaging with farmers.
You're right, not just selling a product, building relationships and trust. Their extensive field activities, crucial for demonstrating the benefits of nanourea, especially for farmers who might be hesitant.
And addressing those concerns head-on, highlighting how nanourea reduces reliance on conventional urea, potentially saving money, minimizing environmental impact.
Indeed, a compelling value proposition. Aligns with sustainability concerns in agriculture.
Speaking of, let's talk about that EcoVadis committed badge. Not just a pat on the back. Speaks volumes about MOL's commitment.
It does, sets them apart. Resonates with consumers and investors who are increasingly prioritizing sustainability. It also highlights their alignment with the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Adds credibility.
So they're backing it up with actions.
Exactly, walking the walk.
But even with these positives, MOL acknowledges the challenges. Chinese dumping impacting titanium dioxide prices. A real concern.
Yes, a reminder that external factors can impact, even well-prepared companies. But MLL seems to be approaching this strategically. They're anticipating improvements after anti-dumping duties. In the meantime, focusing on what they can control, internal operations, strategic decisions.
Their expansion into Brazil, great example of that thinking, demonstrates ambition, willingness to embrace new opportunities.
It certainly does, and it diversifies their reach, reduces reliance on any single market.
So we see a company that's not afraid to take risks, backed by planning and operational efficiency.
Absolutely, and that brings us to their future outlook, which seems promising.
They're projecting a blended EBITDA margin of 14 to 15%. Ambitious, but achievable.
Right. And with their initiatives in motion, expansion into Brazil, the venture into nanourea, the focus on high-value products, they seem well-positioned.
But it's not just about hitting those targets, is it?
It seems like something more. Their commitment to sustainable agriculture, farmer engagement, alignment with the UN goals all suggest a deeper purpose.
They're not just in chemicals, they're in building a sustainable future. That's powerful.
It is, and resonates.
MOL is fascinating, balancing financial success with a genuine commitment.
I agree. They're a company to watch, not just for their financials, but for their contribution.
Now, before we wrap up, one element we haven't touched on, the human element. We've analyzed the numbers, the strategies. What about the people behind MOL's success?
That's a great point. Let's shift our focus to the leadership.
It's easy to get lost in the numbers, the strategies. But ultimately, companies are driven by people. Who are the key players shaping MOL's success?
Well, can't talk about MOL without mentioning Mr. Ankit Patel, their chairman and managing director. He's been with the company for over a decade, rose through the ranks.
So he's not just a figurehead. He understands the company.
Exactly. And he embodies that blend of technical expertise and strategic vision that MOL is known for. Not afraid to make bold decisions like we've seen.
But he's not alone, right? What about the rest of the leadership?
They're a formidable group. The sources highlight their deep experience in their fields, from pigments to crop protection. Many have been with MOL for a long time.
So a strong sense of shared history.
Definitely. And their core values, as outlined in their presentation, provide a framework: integrity, credibility, commitment to environmental health and safety, and a focus on being human. These aren't just buzzwords. They're woven into the culture.
Refreshing to see, especially when it comes to sustainability.
Absolutely. It's not just about the accolades, like that EcoVadis badge. It's the actions. Promoting nanourea as an alternative, investing in sustainable practices.
Right, demonstrating a real commitment to a triple bottom line: people, planet, and profit.
Precisely. And that commitment extends to their approach to farmer engagement. It's not just about selling, it's about empowering farmers with knowledge and tools to improve their livelihoods while minimizing environmental impact.
A win-win for everyone. MOL sells products, farmers benefit, and the environment is protected.
That's the idea, a sustainable model that benefits all stakeholders.
Looking back, MOL's firing on all cylinders. Strong performance, a clear vision, a commitment to sustainability, and a leadership team that embodies those values.
Couldn't agree more. They're doing well while doing good, which is what consumers and investors are looking for.
But it's important to remember that MOL operates in a dynamic world. They've mentioned the challenges like Chinese dumping. Other hurdles will come up.
True, but based on what we've seen, MOL seems well equipped. Their adaptability, strategic thinking, commitment to innovation suggests they're in it for the long haul.
They're building a foundation for sustainable growth.
Exactly. Investing, expanding, improving, they're a company to watch for their performance and their contribution.
So there you have it. We've explored their Q3 performance, financials, strategies, and the people. We've seen a company that's not just aiming for profit, but for a positive impact.
They're setting a high bar for the industry, demonstrating that it's possible to achieve success while prioritizing sustainability and social responsibility.
As we conclude, we leave you with this thought. Can MOL's approach be a blueprint? For other companies looking to thrive in this complex world, that's something to ponder. Thanks for joining us.